8:53 here, Big 550 KTRS. Going to be a gorgeous weekend, and KTRS is a proud sponsor of the Old Webster Jazz and Blues Festival. Here to talk about it is Amanda Cook and Dan Warner. Amanda, Dan, welcome to Big 550 KTRS.
Thank you.
How many years is this for the Old Webster Jazz and Blues Festival?
Well, Dan can talk to that even more than I can because he was one of the founding members. But it's our
before you were
15th anniversary. It's the 15th anniversary. How did you start it?
Well, it started I had a record store, Webster Records,
Yes.
and we were standing around after the Glendale Jazz Festival. Glendale put this great jazz festival on in 2001 at Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend. And we said, boy, they did a great job over there. They did it in the beginning of the summer. What if we did one at the end of the summer? Mm-hmm. And that's how it was born right there.
So you were trying to keep up with the people in Glendale.
We were,
There's
actually.
that
Keeping
Webster
up with the
Blows,
neighbors.
Glendale, Oakdale fight going on constantly.
We can do that.
Are the people of Glendale allowed to go to the Old Webster Jazz and Blues
we invite
Festival?
them very much. They're
Okay, good.
great neighbors of ours.
We
Fair
even
enough.
let Kirkwood come.
You even wow,
We do.
wow, you guys are rolling out the red carpet. If Kirkwood's welcome, everybody's welcome. Explain, so it's one day and it's a number of different stages.
It is. It's two stages. It began in 2001 as one stage, 5 bands, and it ended at 6 p.m., and there was no food. And it was a great turnout, about 1,000 people, and it was very, low budget put together.
Right.
Next year, we asked Johnny Johnson if he would grace our stage, and I thought he'd say no. He said yes. And for 3 years, Johnny came, and the festival built on top of each other every year, 5,000, 10,000, and it grew very large. And so we went to 2 stages that second year.
Right.
And since then, we've been 2 stages, 11 bands, go to 11 p.m. at night. We've got great food. I think
So you finally have food, right?
we finally got it.
Really
People were
good
hungry,
food.
and the longer we went, the hungrier they got. So we have great food. We have CJ Muggs is out there. We have Jet's Pizza. We have Russo's. We have Mission Taco. We have Straub's Smokehouse. And they're all doing specialty delicacies. They don't step on each other. So you could eat 3 days worth of meals out here.
It's the old...
Jamba Juice is coming this year, too.
Oh, big one. Oh,
Yeah.
It's the Old Webster Jazz and Blues Festival. I like to call it Webstock. Cool. Right? I mean, it sounds like what it is. It's
McGraw is
Right?
doing our branding for us.
Webstock.
We just don't want the rain.
Right. All right. Fair enough. How much is this gonna cost for all these bands and all these stages?
It's free to come to the festival. It always has been, and we hope it always will be. We think of ourselves as the most family-friendly jazz and blues festival in town. So, you can bring all of your kids and all of your relatives, set up your chair, and just enjoy the music. And our setting, I feel like our setting is also really exceptional for families. It's right down in the middle of downtown Webster where you've got all those historic buildings, and
Right.
it just feels really charming, and the sound bounces off the buildings in a really nice way. All the kids get down in front and dance earlier in the day. Later in the day, it starts getting a little more.
That's when Kelly Jackson goes.
That's when McGraw's there.
What about parking? Where's a good place to park to get there?
We don't really have a problem with parking. There are lots kind of surrounding the downtown area, and a lot of people end up walking. All the Webster people walk from their homes, and
Right.
then their friends park at their houses. So
Right.
I've never seen a parking problem at
Being
our
a
festival.
Saturday, the churches aren't in session, so there's a lot of church parking lots nearby. The offices aren't full.
Sure.
So the office parking. Then you've got a lot of residential street
Sure.
parking.
Yeah. And people come and bring lounge chairs and hang out and watch music and talk to people and have a nice time.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
ask people not to bring coolers, lounge chairs, little tables with candelabra. Perfect. We have the food, we have the drinks, and we have the music and the fun.
Okay, so all we need to do is what? Just show up?
Just show up.
What time does it start?
11:30 on a Saturday morning on the Allen stage, and goes all the way. Both stages go all the way till 11 p.m.
Till 11 o'clock.
And that's Gore and Allen streets. Lockwood is the cross street in Old Webster, Webster Groves.
And it's the 15th annual?
It is.
15th annual Old Webster Jazz and Blues Festival. Free, open to the public. Even people who live in Kirkwood are welcome.
Yes.
I
And
shouldn't have said that.
starts at 11, but get there whenever you get there.
Right.
Come one, come all.
Get your seat set up and spend the day with us. We'd love to have.
It's a beautiful
everyone.
deal. Great. All right, good. Is there a website for more information? Find out
Old
all
Web-
the bands.
OldWebsterJazzFest.com.
OldWebsterJazzFest.com.
And we're on Facebook,
And you're on Facebook.
so join us.
The Old Webster Jazz and Blues Festival. I like to call it Webstock. You should really think about you should trademark that.
Wear your tie-dye.
Wear my tie dye. I don't think I've ever had a tie dye.
Really?
Yeah. No. You're one of those. You're that age.
Thank you.
I had a mullet. I had a mullet that I have since. I've burned all those pictures.
Photo.
I bet you there is a photo or two of me with hair parted down the middle and a mullet. However, I don't have one of those cheesy mustaches. I never had one of those cheesy mustaches. You know that sort of.
McGraw with a mullet.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All
And a
right.
members only jacket.
Yeah.
No, I did not have a members only. And what's wrong with a members only jacket anyway? Amanda Cook, Dan, we're on our Old Webster Jazz and Blues Festival this weekend only the 15th annual. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thank
both
you.
for-
You got it. Kelly Jackson, you are here.